Fox Sports.
We are Blackhawks. We are LA.
Tonight at the Big A, the San Francisco Giants return for the first time since the 2002 World Series. And Angel fans certainly remember it well.
Trying to send the Anaheim Angels to the promised land. Here's the pitch to Lofton. Fly ball center field. Erstad says he's got it. Erstad makes the catch. The Anaheim Angels are the champions of baseball.
I don't know about you, but the voice of Rory Marcus with that call in 2002 will never get old. The Angels continue interleague action. Tonight it is game number 1 against the visiting San Francisco Giants. First visit for them since that World Series, first regular season visit since the year 2000. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Kubica. Today we got a pretty interesting pitching matchup in that Matt Cain is going for the San Francisco Giants in his first start since the perfect game, and Jerome Williams will be going for the Angels. And, of course, Jerome, a former number 1 pick of the San Francisco Giants. Let's talk a little bit about Matt Cain on the 13th of this month through an absolute gem against the Houston Astros.
Well, he did. He did a great job. But it's an interesting, you mentioned an interesting matchup between the two of them. These guys have blocked out once before. Matt Cain got his first career complete game going up against Jerome Williams. He got his first major league hit against Jerome. Jerome, a former Giants, got outstanding stuff, threw very well in that ball game. Gave up 7 hits in 7 innings, only 1 earned run, so he threw the ball well. Look for him to work down in the strike zone. That adrenaline for him is going to be going quickly, as will for Matt Cain tonight.
All right, let's talk about Matt Cain's perfect game. 125 pitches, the most pitches ever thrown in Major League Baseball for a perfect game, surpassing David Wells, 120. Is there an after effect for him?
Well, there may be, but I'll tell you what, his stuff was outstanding. You're talking about great stuff throughout. 14 strikeouts in this game. He certainly had some great defensive gems during the course of that game. Gregor Blanco out in center field, diving to make a great play, but the reality is he's a guy that not only just has a good fastball, he has great secondary pitches, and what a great job. First time in Giant history, a perfect game.
A lot of San Francisco Giants fans in the house. Matt Cain got a terrific ovation. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
And they continue for this series. As we pointed out, there are quite a few Giants fans in the house here. Let's Go Giants chants just occurred right before we came back from the commercial break. You see the Angels have taken the field. They're sporting their pearly white uniforms. We'll take a look at the Giants lineup, brought to you by Bruce Bochy. They are second in the National League West, 5 games back with a 37-30 record. It's Gregor Blanco leading things off. He is in right field. Ryan Theriot is the second baseman. The milkman, Melky Cabrera, in left. Buster Posey, the cleanup hitter, doing the catching. Angel Pagan is the center fielder. Pablo Sandoval, the DH. Brandon Belt is over at first base. Brandon Crawford, the UCLA product, is at shortstop. And Joaquin Arias will bat ninth and play third base. Taking on Jerome Williams, who comes into this one looking for win number 7 on the season.
Yeah, his last time out, he was throwing the ball exceptionally well against the Dodgers. Just got a breaking pitch up to Andre Ethier and then a fastball up against Juan Rivera. Other than that, he was outstanding. 6-4 mark. Very, very good at home. 8-1 in 9 career starts at the Big A. 5-1 this year with an ERA 2.93. Power sinker, great changeup, slider, cut fastball, curveball, keeps everything at the knee level, can elevate when he needs to get a strikeout.
Well, defensively behind Jerome tonight, you've got Trumbo in left, Trout in center, Hunter is back in the lineup in right field. The infield consists of Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Meiser Asturis, and then Albert Pujols around from third and first. Bobby Wilson off the 7-day concussion list is behind the plate.
And we mentioned Jerome getting a lot of ground balls, so Callasco will be very active. Jerome Williams gets 66% of the pitches that are hit on the ground. So at third base with Callasco, who's done a nice job as far as fielding his position, to be very active. Jerome, 6th highest percentage in all of the American League as far as getting the ball put on the ground when it's made contact with.
So Gregor Blanco will step in against Jerome Williams. Blanco's been a nice surprise for the Giants, hitting .271 with 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and a guy that can handle the bat, can drag bunt, can push bunt. As Jerome's first pitch is up and away for ball 1. It was Blanco that made that terrific running catch in the alley in right center field.
Unbelievable.
To save the perfect game for Kane. As this one bounced to the right side. Asturis has it, waits for Pujols to get back to the bag, and there is out number 1. Men in black tonight includes Paul Emmel calling the balls and strikes. Scott Berry is over at first base. Jerry Meals at second base. And it's Gary Darling at third. So 1 out, nobody on for Ryan Theriot. Theriot, the second baseman, looks at a sinking fastball downstairs, hitting .263, 5 doubles, a triple, 12 runs batted in. Spent last year with the St. Louis Cardinals where he hit .271. That was a strike on the outside corner to even the count. Chopper foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's time now for a Hyundai key to the game.
Oh, little sticks for you today, Victor. Renegade. Of course, we've seen Jerome. He's pretty excited about going against his former team. Talked about redemption, an opportunity to go back and show the Giants that he's the type of pitcher he has become. But when he first was the Giants, more of a thrower. Now he's become a pitcher.
The 1-2. Bouncer back up the middle off the mound. Asturis has it to the backhand, gets rid of it quickly, and that is out number 2. So 2 ground ball outs for Jerome Williams to start this game off, and Melky Cabrera will come up. And I must say, I must compliment you. That is the most incredible air guitar I've ever seen you perform while giving us your Hyundai key to the game.
Well, you know, I'm a big, huge fan of sticks. There's no doubt. Just don't let me start singing Come Sail Away and I'm done. Be over.
It would be. There's no doubt about it.
That'll be my job.
Melky Cabrera, the left fielder, steps in. And he is having a terrific season for the Giants. 27-year-old Dominican native. Acquired in the offseason with a trade with the Kansas City Royals, hitting .360 as he swings and misses on that breaking pitch. And it is an 0-2 count. At .360 average, good for second in the National League. 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Breaking pitch on the ground to the right side and under the glove of Meiser Asturis, and what looked to be the 3rd out. And Cabrera will reach with 2 outs here in the first.
Cabrera coming into this game, a .303 career hitter against Angel pitching. 46 for 152. This is a chance to make all 3 plays. He slid and the ball under the glove.
There's that slide again.
Because he has a chance to be able to get himself in position to field that and throw the ball. He has to throw it across his body, but much easier play for him to be able to field that with the glove without sliding.
And, of course, because he goes into the slide, it is credited for a base hit for Melky Cabrera. Buster Posey steps in with 2 outs and a man on. It's jammed and fouls, went back to the right. Posey hitting .297, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Former first-round selection, 5th overall in 2008 out of Florida State University. Of course, last year he was playing in 45 games because of the broken left leg and the ligament damage that he had in the ankle. Quick throw over to first base, and Cabrera is back. Giants will run. They are 3rd in the National League in stolen bases with 51.
And Melky has 10 stolen bases in 14 attempts. And Jerome, he does have a quick move to first, but when he delivers the baseball home, he settles in around 1-3 to 1-4 range, which is fairly slow to the plate.
Just off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike on Buster Posey. It's a Giants team that has played very well at home, 21-14, and even 500 down on the road, 16-16. And a game over 500 within the National League West. As that cut fastball or slider misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Jerome's coming off a loss, as you see Kung Fu Panda hanging out on deck. Pablo Sandoval, the DH. He's actually in the dugout since he's not batting for a couple of batters. Jerome in that start against the Dodgers, 7 2/3 innings, charged with 5 runs on 6 hits. As Posey swings through that one, 2-2.
Well, that's a cut fastball at 88 miles an hour. That's the thing about Jerome. We talked about him evolving into a pitcher. He's a good cut fastball, a 2-seam fastball, but also throws a 4-seam fastball that he elevates in the strike zone. So 3 different types of fastballs for a hitter to have to deal with.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Melky Cabrera over at first. A quick check in of him once again. Halos coming off the series win against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back-to-back shutouts. Both 2-0 victories. Irvin Santana and Garrett Richards.
Boy, was he good. That fastball is devastating with moving action.
2-2, lifted in the air toward right center field. Not hit very deep. Torrey Hunter comes on. He'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. A 2-out single stranded at first. We hit to the bottom of the first. It'll be Trout, Hunter, and Pujols to face Matt Cain with no score. Getting up a 2-out base knock, but that is all. As we take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia, the Halos 4 back in the American League West with a 36-31 record. And Mike Trout leading things off in center. It's Torrey Hunter in right field. Albert Pujols at first base. Kendrys Morales, a cleanup hitter at DH. Mark Trumbo getting to start in left. Alberto Callasco at third. Meister's getting to start at second base. And Howie Kendrick with the night off. Eric Ivar will bat eighth and play shortstop. And Bobby Wilson batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on the 27-year-old right-handed native of Tennessee, the name of Matt Cain.
Matt Cain coming off that perfect game in which he struck out 14 batters. That Houston Astro lineup. Fastball, 89-94. Very good slider, very good curveball, plus changeup. Those about 51 to 52% of his pitches are fastball. He has a great assortment of those secondary pitches, which he's not afraid to use at any point in the count.
We'll take a look at the defense for the Giants here. After the batter, Mike Trout will step in to face Matt Cain, who threw 125 pitches in that perfect game. Most ever thrown in a perfect game. David Wells threw 120 in his. Corner infielders playing in for San Francisco, and Mike looks at a fastball for a strike. Trout went 1 for 4 last night. Had a double with an RBI and a big one. A little insurance run for the Angels late in the game. It was his 11th double, his 27th run batted in. 0-1 pitch. That's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What we saw the Diamondbacks do against Mike Trout, fastball away, first 2 pitches. Forcing Trout to be able to go the other way, which we've seen him do very effectively.
Breaking pitch lined over the head of Joaquin Arias. No perfect game tonight as Trout takes a big turn at first. He will stay there, and it's a leadoff single. Let's take a look at the defense for San Francisco tonight. It's Cabrera in left, Pagan in center. Blanco is in right field. The infield consists of Arias, Crawford, Terrio, and Belt from third to first, and Posey behind the dish.
We can get in all the numbers for Blanco out in right field, but what I go back to is that catch he made to keep that perfect game going for Matt Cain. One of the best catches you're going to see to preserve in a perfect game like that. We saw that in Chicago with Wise, with Mark Burley in center field, but that was an unbelievable play by Blanco to dive on the warning track and make the play.
Torrey Hunter looks at a little breaking pitch and misses high. This is also a team in the San Francisco Giants that, all things considered, how difficult it is to throw a perfect game, to do so with the defense that has struggled the way the Giants have. 58 errors through their first 67 games this year.
That's why when you think of perfect game, that's why there's only been, 22?
Yep.
That's why. I mean, everything has to go right. You have to field the ball. You have to throw the ball.
Trout takes off. The throw is dropped by Terrio. Would have been a bang-bang play at second base, and it's a stolen base for Mike Trout.
17th stolen base of the season in 20 attempts. Like we said on the pregame show, that's going to be the formula to be successful against the Giants. Get Trout on the base and let him try to steal a bag. Straight steal. Pretty good pitch for Posey to throw. Might have had a chance in if Terrio was able to come up with that baseball. But Trout gets that hand in now in scoring position for Torrey Hunter.
Torrey now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cain with a glance back, and Torrey lifts one in the air towards shallow right center field. Angel Pagan, the center fielder, is there. He'll make the catch. Trout's tagging. Pagan with a pretty decent arm. The throw is cut off by Crawford. Thank you very much. 1 out and a man at third. I mean, at that point, you know the runner's committed. Unless the throw is extremely offline, let it go just in case.
Let it go. Yeah, it's not. I mean, you have the pitcher is going to be backing up anyhow. It's a pretty good line coming in. Maybe an off. Yeah, it's going to be off the third by third base. Again, I was talking to Dino Evil before this game. They will challenge both Pagan and Blanco in the outfield, but certainly they'll have to take caution when it comes to trying to challenge Cabrera in left field, one of the strongest, most accurate arms you're going to find, especially from a left fielder.
The Giants will play their infield back here in the bottom of the first with 1 out and a man at third base. Now Albert Pujols steps to the plate. He's taken care of Matt Cain throughout his career. The first pitch is a breaking ball inside. .571 average in his career. 8 for 14 against Cain. That's his highest average against any active pitcher in the majors. Minimum of 15 plate appearances. 2 home runs. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, it's a pitch you can deal with sometimes, 8 for 14, but when 2 of those hits are home runs, that's not a lot of fun. You think, okay, I do have an open base. I'm going to make sure he hits my pitch. That's why it's important for Pujols to have patience at the plate here.
Albert hit his 10th yesterday. As he swings and lines one to right field. This one's hit pretty good. Blanco giving chase, reaches up and makes another spectacular play. It'll be deep enough to score a run as the Angels take a 1-0 lead. Man, what a play by Blanco as Pujols picks up his 39th run batted in.
Boy, to be able to reach back, a left-handed fielder out in right field has to go across his body to be able to make an unbelievable play. We just talked about him preserving that perfect game in San Francisco, but what a great running catch for Blanco. And a great approach, too, by Albert Pujols to get that pitch elevated and get a pitch he can get in the air to get that first run across.
So 2 outs, the base is clear, 1 run in. Morales at the plate. And Kendrys looks at a fastball away. Morales went 0 for 4 yesterday, hitting .274 on the season with 7 home runs and 23 runs batted in. One ball, one strike. Giants do not overshift against Kendrys. Although Joaquin Arias off the line at third. This one's fouled off to left. One, two, foul back, trying to climb the ladder there, 93 miles per hour.
When Matt Cain has smooth delivery, not a lot of wasted movement, has great balance over that pitching rubber. You see why he's been consistent as far as ERA, strikeouts, innings pitched. The win total hasn't been there for him for his career because they haven't scored him a lot of runs over the years.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Trumbo's on deck. Cain, a former first-round pick himself back in 2002. 25th overall selection at Houston High School. Germantown, Tennessee. 2-2 on its way. Missed inside. Full count. 30 or more starts in each of his 6 full seasons for Matt Cain. He is a workhorse. But it's been Tim Lincecum who's gotten the headlines over the years because of these multiple Cy Youngs. 3-2, got him looking on the outside corner. Fastball away, down goes Morales. The Angels strike first. They get a run on a hit and a sac fly. One of the books, 1-0 Halos. Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt here against Jerome Williams. It gave up a 2-out single in the first inning, but nothing else. Albert Pujols picking up the sacrifice fly after Mike Trout led off the bottom of the first with a single. Pagan, a switch hitter. Playing center field and batting fifth, hitting .308 on the season. 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in, 12 doubles, 4 triple. Very good speed. He had 32 stolen bases for the Mets last year while hitting .262. He has 12 stolen bases this year. Has been caught just twice. Jerome misses inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Jerome, the 39th overall selection in the first round back in 1999 by the San Francisco Giants out of Southeast Louisiana University. As Pagan rolls over this one to Asteris. Ball away. And with the San Francisco Giants, showed a lot of promise, a lot different pitcher back then than he is today, of course. With the Giants over his 3+ seasons, 17-14 record of 3.93 earned run average. They decided to make a move. They didn't see Jerome as part of their plans going forward. After he moved on to the Cubs a couple of months later, Matt Cain arrived on the scene.
They've had some pretty good arms they've developed over the years, the Giants. Even when you look back in the 60s and 70s, they've always been an organization that's been able to develop really good power arms.
Pablo Sandoval, the DH tonight. Normally the third baseman. Takes that pitch inside. 312 with 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Just 25 years of age for the native of Venezuela. Spent some time on the disabled list earlier this year. This one's fouled off.
Very quick on the fastball. .417 career hitter against the Angels with 2 home runs and 4 RBI.
Sandoval placed on the 15-day DL back on May the 3rd with a fracture in his left hamate bone. Had surgery on May the 4th. Same injury as he had last year. He missed 40 games last year with the same injury. Ended up hitting .315 last year with 23 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Off speed is outside. Full count now. First baseman Brandon Belt is on deck. And he walked him. Fastball sailing up and away. Second base runner for San Francisco comes with 1 out here in the second. And when the Halos take on the Giants tomorrow at 7:05, fans in attendance will receive an Angels drawstring backpack courtesy of Nitto Tires. While supplies last, purchase your tickets today at angels.com or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office. Belt comes in hitting .250. .364 on base percentage. Product of the University of Texas. He takes a pitch outside. 9 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs for Belt. Got into 63 games last year with San Francisco. 5th round pick in 09. Two balls and no strikes.
I'm going to try to throw a change up there. Didn't miss by a lot. You got to trust it through the middle part of the plate. When you drop your elbow, you're going to have that lateral movement. It's going to get out of the strike zone. Well, Belt's a big guy, 6'5". An off-speed pitch away, very effective, but you have to sell it as far as middle of the plate to have it run down and away. Now, trust the grip on the pitch as far as a changeup. Same mechanics as your fastball.
Lays off. He's fallen behind at 3-0.
When that's 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Jerome, he's got to get back into his mechanics, fight back for that fastball. And he has the adrenaline going against his former team. You try to stay back and stay within your mechanics.
And he walked him on 4 straight wide ones. It's almost as if he's trying to force the sink on that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those pitches you don't have to try to force, because when you do, that's when you drop your elbow. You have to put most of the pressure on your middle finger to be able to have that sink action on the fastball. But if you drop your elbow, that's what you end up having to do. It's going to run across instead of sinking down. You see the target set by Bobby Wilson's right there, but then it's lateral movement, not sink action on the fastball. And the reason why that happens is your elbow drops and it forces your wrist to drop, flatten that out, so it's going to have a sideway action instead of staying on top where you work down with the fastball and sink it.
That was that last pitch to Sandoval, too. That 3-2 pitch did the exact same thing, sailing up and away. Well, Brandon Crawford will step in, the 25-year-old. Playing shortstop for the Giants. What's the strike? Crawford hit 232 with a home run, 19 runs batted. It has 14 doubles all the year. 4th round pick in 2008. Went to Foothill High School, went to UCLA. 0-1. This one's ripped down the line. That's headed to the corner. Another pitch that was up in the zone. Sandoval will score. Belt is being waved around. Crawford is trying to get to third base, and he is in there with a 2 RBI triple, and it's 2-1 Giants.
And that's what happens when you're trying to force the sink or try to aim a pitch. Especially when you have 2 free passes on the bases going against you. Well, this ball is right in the middle part of the plate. And Crawford did not miss that. First triple of the year. I'm giving him 21 RBI.
So Crawford standing at third base. The infield is in for the Angels. 2-1 San Francisco. Joaquin Arias, the third baseman, steps in. And Jerome Williams, whether it's adrenaline or something else, really struggling to find that release point. He looked good early on. He's gotten 3 ground ball outs. He actually should have had the 3rd ground ball out in the 1st inning, but that one snuck under the glove of his Steers for a single. Stayed on top of that one nicely. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, much better effort there. He took a nice deep breath. He got himself refocused because he has that, you mentioned, Victor, that adrenaline going. And what it does, it forces you to speed up your mechanics. You're already landing. It drags your elbow, and that's where you see elevated pitches.
Arias getting to start at third base. Interleague action with Sandoval at DH as he fouls this one back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 235 this year with a home run, 13 runs batted in. Arias playing in his 44th game. One, 2, got him chasing a high fastball. 2 down. First strikeout of the game for Williams.
Boy, big strikeout, too. We mentioned the fact that Jerome can go upstairs with that 4-seam fastball and be effective with that pitch. Needed that strikeout. You don't want to fall too far behind, especially with Matt Cain on the hill.
So back to the top of the order now, Gregor Blanco, the right fielder. Grounded out to Asturias to lead off the game. Made that terrific catch on the sac fly by Albert Pujols in the 1st. Bounces this one foul. Brandon Crawford standing at third base. 2 RBI triple for him. 0-1, grounded to short. Eric Ibar has it, gets rid of it very quickly. The inning comes to an end, but not before the Giants take the lead on that triple by Crawford. We hit at the bottom of the second, 2-1 San Francisco. Trumbo, Kayaswin, and Steers. Brandon Crawford with that triple, putting the Giants up. After the Angels struck first in the bottom of the first. Kane picked up a strikeout in the first inning. That was of Kendrys Morales to end the first. Trumbo 1 for 4 yesterday as he lays off the breaking pitch. 321 on the year, 15 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Third in the American League in batting average behind Paul Konerko, who's hitting .359. Josh Hamilton's hitting .330. So he looks at a fastball for a strike to even the count.
I think Mark Trumbo would like another fastball in that same plane. After a breaking pitch, first one just off the plate, came through the fastball inside.
Hammered out to the alley in right center field. Blanco's not going to get this one. That one is gone. Big fly for Mark Trumbo. Ties this game up at 2.
Boy, and Trumbo did get that fastball once again. His 16th home run of the season the other way. 42 RBI, fastball, doesn't let this one go by and crushes it the other way. Good carry this part of the evening to right center field. Boy, what a swing Trumbo has.
Alberto Kayaswin takes outside. One ball, one strike.
That time I said, Dino, we're keeping an eye on you. He goes, Trumbo goes around the bases and crushes his hand more than anybody outside of Vlad Guerrero.
This one hit out toward left center field. Pagan moves over, makes the catch, and there's the first down of the inning.
Boy, that makes a hitting coach and Everett's got to feel real good about. When you have a power hitter with that swing, let the baseball travel and hit it the other way, you just have to feel good about that swing. A good balance. Boy, and is he able to get that baseball through. Not a lot of wasted movement, too, for Trumbo. And with that power he has, gets it out the right center field.
This one pulled, and that is a fair ball just over the bag. Isturis will round first, head towards second base. He will stop there with a one-out double. Meiser just sneaking that one for his 5th double of the year. Puts a man in scoring position with one out here in the second.
Well, that's what you got to try to do against Matt Cain. You just don't try to do too much. You try to simplify your approach to the plate, make contact. He's going to provide a lot of the power because he has a hard slider, a hard fastball. Just make contact, put it in play.
Oh, 1 count on Eric Ibarb, who had a 3-for-3 game yesterday. Had a bunt single, picked up his 13th double. This one lined to right field, and that's a base hit. Isturis is going to be held up with Blanco playing shallow in right field. So Eric starting to swing the bat better. The Angels have runners at first and third here. 3 hits in the second inning, and Bobby Wilson coming to the plate.
Well, they've had some pretty good swings against Matt Cain. We talked about how difficult it is to back up a great game like he had, that perfect game last time out. Your routine has changed. And seen some hitters take advantage of some mistakes. That fastball is supposed to be down and away. It stayed in the middle of the plate against Cain, and Ibar hits it in the right field for a base hit. Already 4 hits against Matt so far in this game, and just an inning and a third innings pitch for him.
Bobby Wilson seeing action for the first time since June the 4th. They took a foul tip off the mask. Kyle Seager hit that foul tip straight back. On the 7-day concussion list, DL. It took him about a couple of weeks. Groggy. That was the biggest issue that he had, even after the fact, even after about a week, 8 days. We talked to him on a number of occasions, that fog that he was in. Lethargic is the word that he used. Went on a rehab assignment, got some swings in, caught some innings. Good enough to be back behind the plate. He takes ball 1 here against Cain.
And that play just before that pitch by Matt Cain, that fake the third to throw the first, I think was more designed to see if Bobby Wilson will tip his hand. Even in the early part of the game, Mike Scioscia's not afraid to put a suicide squeeze on. Runs could be at a premium against a guy like Matt Cain.
Bobby lifts one fouling out of play. One ball, one strike. Wilson still looking for that first extra base hit of the season. Hit 171, 1 RBI. He's got Isturis at third, Ibar at first. It's a ground ball to short. Sharply hit the right to Crawford. Feeds Terrio on the first inning-ending double play. But the Angels do tie it up, courtesy of Mark Trumbo's leadoff home run to start the second. 2 in the books. We're knotted up at 2. season leading off the bottom of the second, tying this game up at 2 apiece. Jerome Williams here in the third to face 2, 3, and 4. Terrio, Cabrera, and Posey. See if Jerome Williams can kind of settle down as far as his command. We have a special guest in our booth. Former Angel outfielder Garrett Anderson, kind enough to join us, but doing a lot of games here of late, pre and post. Welcome to the dark side, my man.
Thank you.
You never thought you would do it, did you?
No, I didn't.
Holding a microphone, answering questions and everything.
What is going on?
Yeah, Ibar has to hurry, and Terrio is gunned down for the first out. Well, we brought you up here, number one, because we love the work that you're doing. Angel fans are thrilled to have you doing the pre and post stuff along with Tim Salmon and all the other guys that will eventually be filtering in here. But obviously with the San Francisco Giants back in the house for the first time since that World Series, want to go back to that Game 6. I mean, down 5-0 after the 6th inning. You guys get that third out. It's 5-0 heading to the top of the 7th. What was going through your mind? What's going through the dugout's mind at that point?
I don't know. There was a lot of guys in that dugout. I'm sure they had a lot of different thoughts. But as a team collectively, we always thought the game's not over. Just keep playing and not really get caught up in what the score was and just try to control what we could do.
Yeah, Garrett, a lot of people have told us that. They said, they still felt confident. But when you're facing the Giant club and, it didn't look real good at that particular point, how did you guys keep that confidence going at that point? How did you have that feeling that, hey, we're going to come back and be able to eventually tie it and then win that game instead of the Game 7 and then win that one?
You're exactly right. It was not looking good. But we always just, Mike always just said, don't get caught up in the scoreboard. Don't get caught up in the game. One at bat, one pitch. And in the playoffs and in the World Series, you definitely are thinking that way. One pitch, one out. So we were fortunate to get some hits in there, and Spezio hits that 3-run home run.
Now, speaking of that home run, one pitch, one at bat, a huge home run. We'll show it to you here in just a second. This is 3-2. His line to left for a base hit for Melky Cabrera, his second hit of the game. Well, let's go back to Scott Spezio, and obviously the Thunder Sticks were rolling here at the Big A, that's for sure.
Longest home run I've ever seen that didn't travel that far. I mean, it hung up in the air, hung up. And when I see Reggie pinned himself against the wall, I mean, it was just a huge sigh of relief in the dugout.
Yeah, how was that feeling, though, once he was able to get back in that dugout? Then all of a sudden you had to start believing, hey, there's something crazy going on here. We weren't supposed to win, but we're going to get a chance to win this thing.
It erupted in the dugout. Everybody was saying, you know what, we are going to do it. And at that time, and I think at that particular moment, everybody knew we could get back in the game as well.
All right, take us to Game 7, of course. And you yourself had a pretty big AB, my friend. A 3 RBI double. That seemed to kind of set the tone. And from that point forward, even just watching the game from New York, as I was at the time, it just seemed like it's destined to be an Angels win.
Yeah, it was one of those things where my first at bat, I hit a hard line drive to center off a curveball. And coming up in that situation, I knew I wasn't going to get that pitch, so I was looking dead red. And fortunately, he threw it inside, and I handled it well. But like you said, after that, it was 4-1 at the time. And Bonds had hit like a line drive and got caught. And at that time, I had a feeling that was like, I think we won this game tonight. Their game was over last night after Game 6.
Okay, when you look back now in your career, I mean, you had a great career. I mean, great numbers. But the reality is to be able to be a world champ and be a big part of the reason why you won that world championship with that swing. That's a pretty decent pitch. I mean, you were quick through that baseball.
It was real quick.
I mean, lefties aren't supposed to hit that ball up and in like that.
No, not at all. But that part of the plate was my side of the plate. You can get me out of the way, but I was not going to let you get inside.
Yeah, I remember it all too well. Don't remind me.
Posey grounds one through the left side, so back-to-back hits with one out here. Puts runners at first and second, and Angel Pagan coming up. The question I have for you is that why did you throttle down going into second base? You should have been thinking 3 the whole time.
Well, the big guy was at first base, and you just don't know if he's going to be able to score. I didn't want to be the guy to run him off, but I think Tim had a little bit of adrenaline running around the bases at that time.
Is it weird to see the Giants back on this field? And what's really weird is that they have not been here since that Game 7.
And there are some places that some teams have been. I mean, I don't think St. Louis has been here, have they? So interleague, I don't know if it entirely ran its course yet, where all the teams going to different parks, but it's a little different seeing the Giants here. The cast of characters have changed, obviously, and 10 years have gone by, but it does bring back a little bit of memory, just a little.
Well, I mean, you faced the Giants when you were in the National League as a player from another club, but when you're back here with the Angels and you see them in this stadium, it's still it's almost like you relive it all over again.
Yeah, to some degree, but my personality, I'm kind of the guy that kind of buries stuff sometimes. I did the thing with Alex Curry, and those pictures, I have to look at them to bring the memories back because you just can't hold those things. And when Carpino asked me to start wearing my ring on the air, I definitely started getting some memories, and I started looking at it from there.
Well, being waved home is Cabrera. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Giants are back on top 3-2. 3 consecutive hits by Jerome Williams, whose command is faltering yet again.
Well, like we were talking about on the pregame show with Matt Cain and the adrenaline he's going to have coming back after a perfect game. And then Jerome Williams going against his former team. Sometimes it's difficult, even as a hitter. Say you're facing, a team for the first time coming back against them. It's very difficult to do so. You did that with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
when you face the Angels,
you have to control your emotions, and at that point, I think Jerome, he looks at the side, sees the other side, and sees that, and he wants to beat them so bad. It can take you out of your game. I remember facing Finley after he left the Angels. All I could do was laugh. When I had to hold my smile in and be professional, but, Finn was such a great teammate and we had a good time, but it was really hard facing him and trying to keep my composure.
Are you one of those guys that feels that interleague has run its course? It's not going away, obviously. It's going to change with the 2 15-team leagues, Houston joining the American League West, but at least it'll be spread out. It seems like baseball comes to a halt all of a sudden for 2 weeks to just get these interleague games in.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way sometimes, but like you said, it's not going away, and the fans love it, and that's kind of just where I leave it. If the fans love it, because they're the ones who they're paying the freight. They're coming and they're watching the games and they express that they like it. The thing I would like to see is that it would be more of a rotation where more teams are going different places on a consistent basis, so you can see those players that you don't get a chance to see. It doesn't always work out that way.
Sandoval lifting one down the right field line. This one hooking, and it is foul, so a 1-2 count on Pablo. Do you believe there are some that say to try to mix it up a little bit? I know we were having this conversation before the game, but as far as interleague action, that when the National League team visits an American League city, that the pitcher bats in the American League city to see the National League style of game, and then vice versa. In the National League ballpark, you use the DH. Does that do anything for you?
I don't know. It doesn't do too much.
You just don't want a pitcher to have a bat, do you? At all?
You never wanted a pitcher to hit, did you?
No. Not at all. Because it always seems like they're coming up when the bases are loaded.
Oh, man.
Gooby, how many RBIs did you get in your career?
Zero.
Back. 0?
Yeah. But I gave up a lot. Just for fun. No, the difference, you played in the National League, too, in the American League. What do you think is the big difference? I mean, because the American League has had a lot of success over the last few seasons as far as victories in interleague play. What do you think is the big reason why the American League has had that advantage over the National League?
I think the American League teams are just better right now. It's a cycle. I mean, kind of like the All-Star game. There was a period in time the National League was killing the American League. Then it flipped. So, to me, the lineups are deeper in the American League right now. You look around. I mean, Albert comes over here. Prince goes over to the American League. They lost some of their big boppers in that league. So, the lineups are definitely a little deeper in the American League.
2 men on with 1 out here. The 1-2 to Sandoval's hook foul, and Jerome just kind of in survival mode right now after giving up 2 walks and a run, or 2 runs in the second inning. He's given up a run here on 3 straight hits. Trying to get Sandoval, if anything, to ground into a double play. He's the guy that if you put a ball on the ground, you could turn a double play on. Doesn't run all that well. 54 pitches for Jerome through 2 1/3.
I heard you talk about, you mentioned Matt Cain before, and in 06 when he hit the Angels. I hate to bring that up because I think
it's
Sean
okay.
Figgins.
I'll take my medicine.
Because Sean Figgins got that 1 hit.
Yeah.
He didn't feel fly, but his shot calls him off. But his stuff there, I mean, his average fastball at that point, I saw something about 93, 94. Now it settles in around 90, 91, but a different type of pitcher. Would you find him more difficult to hit now or back in that point?
Well, what I learned about him was that I thought, you hear the perception, power pitcher. I'm a fastball hitter, so when it really comes down to it, he's almost 50-50. So I struggled against him for that reason because I look for the fastball, and I would never concede the fact that he would throw that many off-speed pitches. But the numbers say it. He does throw those off-speed pitches.
Bell takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He drew a walk in the second inning. One of the 2 free passes issued by Jerome in that second. Nice job by Jerome, too, by the way, to get Sandoval out. Do you miss the game? Do you miss putting on a uniform and the grind of the travel and all that?
I miss what we're looking at right now, just between the lines, all the other stuff that goes with it. That outweighs it now. That I just don't enjoy anything other than that right now. But now that I'm back here in this capacity, watching the game, yeah, I miss it. You know, it's something I did for such a long time. Just walking on the grass coming in, I could just remember the days of playing in the outfield there, and got some good memories. But at some point, we all have to stop playing. You know, and it's tough to deal with. It really is tough to deal with.
You don't miss the itineraries telling you exactly what you're supposed to do every minute of every day?
That makes it a little easier sometimes, but no, I really enjoy now waking up and not having to look and say, where do I have to go? Where do I have to be? What time do I have to be there? Other than, you know, taking the kids somewhere.
3-0 pitch is outside, so he's walked Brandon Belt for the second time in the game, and now they're loaded up here with 2 outs, and Brandon Crawford coming to the plate. Mike Butcher paying a visit for the second time tonight already.
Well, seeing him consistently at times dropping his elbow and elevating pitches. Now, if you're facing Jerome tonight, he's been known to be able to have that cut fastball in on the lefties, sink that two-seamer away. What would you be trying to do if you're a hitter going against him right now, especially with him struggling as far as commanding that two-seam fastball?
Right now, I'm sure they're sitting there waiting for him to throw strikes at this point in the game. They got him on the ropes, but my approach would be is look out over the plate because he's going to throw that two-seamer, and I would just give up on the cutter inside because it's nothing going to do but to hit a ground ball to second base.
Looks like the Angels are starting some action. The GoPro camera out of the bullpen. Hisunori Takahashi begins to play catch. 24 pitches thrown so far. This will be the 25th. Crawford with the 2 RBI triple in the second inning. 1 run in for the Giants. They lead it 3-2. First one is down and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, there's certainly certain points in the game where you know the game is in the balance, even though it's only the 3rd inning here for Jerome and the Angels. As you've seen over the years, Garrett, there's certain points you know you have to stay involved in the game, and this is the time for Jerome.
Yeah, it could get ugly for him real quick here. I mean, like his last start in L.A., it kind of unraveled for him real quick, and they were a little short in the pen that night, but every pitch in the game is very important. You can't take anything for granted.
2 balls and no strikes. Wheels coming off for Jerome here.
Well, especially when you rely on a two-seam fastball, and then you start aiming that fastball, it's very, very difficult to throw it in the strike zone. And this is what's happening now with Jerome as he's trying to aim that pitch.
And for the second straight inning, he retired the leadoff man via the ground out. He got the ground out to start the second. Pagan got the ground out here to start the third against Terrio, but then all of a sudden just giving pitches up to the strike zone.
And that's 7 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Jerome, which is something we really haven't seen a whole lot out of him. He's been consistently in the strike zone at the knees.
3-0 pitch. There's a strike, 3-1. Now, if you're Crawford here, you're probably taking another one, or you're hacking.
Well, I'm not Crawford, but I'll be Gary,
yeah, well,
and I'm hacking.
If you're Crawford, I knew you'd be hacking.
I'm hacking. If it's in the zone, the Giants have the lead right now. I'm looking for a pitch in one spot, and I'm putting an aggressive swing on it.
Ground ball to the right side. Pujols has it. He'll feed Williams.
Thanks for swinging that, Garrett.
That ball, yeah, exactly. Appreciate it, buddy. Garrett is always appreciated, man. You were one very happy guy when the final out was caught out at right center field. Garrett Anderson counted up to join us. We head to the bottom of the third, and the Giants up 3-2. of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels Baseball LP. 3-2, Giants on top. We start the bottom of the third, and the Halos will have the top of the order coming up. Mike Butcher and Mike Scioscia talking things over with Jerome. And truly, it's not about the movement. It's all about that right release point for him that's causing the deep counts and just kind of pushing the baseball. And he tried to do it. We saw, remember, prior to those walks on that changeup.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're having a tough time for a feel for a two-seamer, you go to your secondary pitch, whether a changeup or even a curveball, to get back on top of the baseball. And he's having a tough time staying on top of the baseball, but still made some quality pitches to prevent more damage against him.
1-1 pitch. Trout shows bunt, fouls it back. 1-2. Mike had a base hit to left field, stole second base, moved to third on the fly ball by Torrey Hunter, and scored on the sacrifice fly by Albert Pujols in the first. Once again, our thanks to Garrett for joining us in the booth.
That was fun.
Yeah, for a guy that said he would never step foot on a baseball field ever again. He's kind of settled in nicely doing the pre and post stuff.
And I'm very happy he went out there and grabbed that bat and swung at that last pitch. He grounded it out for us.
That's why I prefaced the question by saying, if you're Crawford. I knew he'd be hacking. The 1-2. Trout fouls it off the right. He was hacking as a 19-year-old kid, an A ball in Mesa, Arizona. Chance to be a teammate with him in the minor leagues.
Yeah, as he was walking away, I asked him if he ever really was comfortable swinging 3-0, because some hitters like that opportunity to get the green light, some don't. He said he didn't really do that too often unless he saw like 3 pitches in a row in the same plane, then he would let it go.
It's down and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Cain today has allowed 4 hits, including the home run to Mark Trumbo. He has 1 strikeout, no walks. 2-2 foul back. He tried to come in that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Well, that's a pretty good swing at that pitch for Trout. Quick on that. He's got a short, compact swing. Unless you go up and in against Trout, it's very difficult to get that fastball by him there.
Upstairs. A full count. Torrey Hunter on deck. Here's a 3-2, and that's fouled off to the right. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 5 left on for San Francisco. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on for the Angels. The Halos had a pretty good opportunity, too, in the second after the home run by Trumbo to get runners at first and third, but Bobby Wilson grounding into the inning-ending double play. This is the 10th pitch of the at-bat, and it's ball 4. Outside, the leadoff man is on for the 3rd consecutive inning.
And we talked about Matt Cain having just a fluid delivery, but the only odd thing about his delivery is he's about to land. He looks like he's going to hit his heel, but then hesitation, then lands on the toe, and then over the front leg. Most pitchers, when you want to be consistent in the strike zone, you land on the toe first and then go through with your delivery. But it looks like initially he's going to hit his heel. That slight hesitation then gets back into proper mechanics. As you can see over his last 7 starts, he certainly has had real good mechanics.
Here's Torrey. Swings at the high fastball for strike 1. Hunter with that fly ball to center field in the first. I think he's 0 for 1. Came in batting .275, 9 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you saw in that graphic that Torrey likes hitting this number 2 spot. Going to get more fastball, especially with Trout on base. Stolen base threat. He has 17 stolen bases on the season in 20 attempts. And it doesn't hurt having that man hitting behind you, and Albert Pujols. So number 2 hitter for the Angels is generally going to get more fastballs as it is. Then you have that stolen base threat on the bases now for Mike Trout.
Trout takes off. The breaking pitch is a strike. The throw down from Posey is dropped by Theriot. Again, that would have been an interesting bang-bang play. 2 pretty good throws by Buster Posey, mishandled by Theriot, the second baseman.
And Posey's thrown out a little over 26% of would-be base stealers. A decent jump for Trout. It would have been a real close play. It looked like Jerry Meals was setting up to maybe ring up Trout there. That was a perfect throw.
I think he would have gotten him right on the hand there. So ball and 2 strikes now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the important thing too is Torrey took that pitch, allowed Trout to get that jump, picked the right pitch to go. It was an off-speed pitch. To trust in Torrey that he still, even with 2 strikes now, can get a base hit or at the very least hit the ball to the right side of the infield.
Up and in. Full count. Pujols on deck. Kane, a 2-time All-Star, 2009 and last season. Signed a big contract extension, 5-year deal on April the 2nd. Also some vesting player option. The 3-2. Little dribbler on the right side. Kane will flip over to Belt. It's the first down of the inning and advances Trout over to third base.
Now let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse replay. Going back to yesterday's game. Albert Pujols did it all in the victory against the Diamondbacks. Pitch on the inner half, drives it out of the ballpark, left center field, his 10th home run, 38th RBI, but the defense, a rocket at him, turns a double play, 3-6-3, and of course the pop-up prevent any damage. First and third with 2 outs, made a great play by the Camberwell.
Infield back with 1 out and a man at third base. And now one got him on the wrist. Fastball up and in. Adam Neville, the head trainer, Mike Scioscia going to come out. But Kane riding that fastball up and in, just trying to keep Pujols honest. The ball sailed up and in on him.
Well, most times as a pitcher in these spots with a man on third, your first pitch you want to throw is a fastball in on the hand, especially an RBI threat. So Mike Scioscia and Adam Neville are going down to make sure that that wrist is okay for Pujols. But power hitters want to drive in runs. As a pitcher, you're trying to throw that fastball up and in. Dave Righetti going to go out and talk to Matt Cain also. Went up and in, right on the hand. Got him square. And as a power hitter, an RBI man, you don't want to give in any part of the plate to a pitcher, so you're going to stay in there as long as possible. You can see it with the pitch.
Didn't we see someone just recently had that Jeff Bagwell padding on the back of the batting glove, on the left glove, which would be the bottom hand for right-handed hitter? I know we talked about it. Well, first and third with 1 out. Kendrys Morales at the plate. He struck out looking his first time up, swings the first pitch. Off speed. It's 0-1. The only strikeout that Kane has picked up today was of Morales to end the first.
For some reason, I think of that, it was in Colorado, one of their hitters.
See, I thought it was earlier, but. Oh, third to first move. But anyways, Jeff Bagwell obviously came up with it. He used to get hit quite a bit. Very similar situations like that. Spread open stance for Bagwell.
Howie Kendrick used to get hit there a lot also. That's how he has an inside-out approach, looks to hit the ball hard the other way.
Strike on the outside corner. And Kane quickly handed 0-2. Mark Trumbo's on deck. Halo's got one in the first. Giants got 2 in the second. Halos tied it up in the second. Giants got 1 in the third. That's where we stand right now. 3-2 San Francisco. Outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know what? That's the beauty of Twitter. We say something on the air, someone responds quickly. Kurt Suzuki of the Oakland Athletics.
That's right, because from the times not only getting hit with a pitch, but all those hard sinkers he had a tough time catching.
Thanks to all of those that sent those in. Fouled off. .50 pitches thrown by Kane so far. 31 strikes. Leadoff walk by Mike Trout. He stole second base, his second bag of the game. Moved to third on the little roller by Torrey Hunter. And then Albert Pujols hit by a pitch. He stands at first. The 1-2. Got him to chase the high fastball up and out of the strike zone. 2 down. Well, the Angels struggles with men in scoring position continue. It'll be up to Mark Trumbo.
We're going upstairs with that fastball. It looks inviting as a hitter. Kane with that good velocity on the fastball makes it more difficult to hit.
Halos came into this one 5 for 46 from the Dodger series through the Diamondback series with men in scoring position. Tonight 1 for 5. Trumbo with a solo home run leading off the second. 16th of the year. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 42nd run batted in. Oh, 1. Breaking ball missed in. Kane dropped down just a little bit, got around it. Even to count of the ball and a strike.
An indoor breaking pitch. Freezes a hitter. Dave Steve used to have a great one over the years with Toronto. Throw that slider at the hip of a right-handed batter and bring it in on the corner.
One. Breaking pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. They took a little bit more off on that one. Trumbo chasing the high fastball, fouls it back.
One thing about Trumbo, he can go upstairs and get a good fastball. Kind of believe now he's got to try to protect against something off speed. Kane has a very good slider and a plus curveball.
Another 1-2. This one lifted in the air down the line. Blanco toward the foul line, comes over, crossing the foul territory, and the Angels once again waste an opportunity to score some runs. We played 3 of the Giants, maintain a 3-2 lead. 1 strikeout, 3 walks for Jerome Williams. He's allowed 5 hits. He's retired the leadoff man in the first 3 innings of this game, but it's what has happened after the fact in the last 2 innings that has gotten him into trouble. Joaquin Arias is the leadoff man. The first one is just outside. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Arias, Blanco, and Terrio here in the 4th. 9-1-2 for San Francisco. Ground ball toward the hole. It's going to be a tough play for Ibar. Arias can run a little bit. That's a leadoff single. So the leadoff man reaches, and Blanco coming to the plate. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. Matt Cain, 5th ever to throw a perfect game in the state of California. Who are the others? We just come up with all kinds of trivia questions now. There's Matt.
One of them had to be a hard-throwing lefty with one of the best curveballs in history, wearing Dodger blue.
Here's Blanco, 0 for 2 with a ground ball to second and a ground ball to short. Shows bunt, takes up and away. I mentioned that perfect game by Matt Cain. That's an interesting trivia question. I think I may have an even better one for you as it pertains to perfect games.
Name that tune.
How many notes? Callaspo playing in on the grass. Jerome will check in on him. Giants television crew, none other than the great Dwayne Kuiper on the right, Mike Krukow on the left of your screen. And I've known Mike a long time. He was pitching with the Cubs when my dad was coaching there. But Dwayne Kuiper, as you may recall, as the 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes, was an infielder, and more specifically with the Cleveland Indians when they used to sport those blood clot red uniforms. He was at second base when Len Barker threw his perfect game for the Cleveland Indians and was the man calling the perfect game for Matt Cain not too long ago. So, not too many broadcasters that can say that they've played in a perfect game and called one. The runner goes, the pitch is a strike to throw down to second, and safe is the call by Jerry Meals as Arias picks up a stolen base.
It's pretty impressive.
I asked him too. I said, "Are you the only one that has ever done that?" And he said, "Somebody asked me that." You see the jump from Arias. He couldn't. He didn't know off the top of his head. It would have to have been. He brought up maybe someone like Phil Rizzuto or a Don Drysdale. Drysdale was a pitcher though. But it also has to be someone who called the last out, is what he said. As Blanco bounces this one over to second, Esteuras will throw him out. There's the first down, and Arias moves over to third base. That'll bring up Ryan Terrio. Ironically enough, it was the day that Mike Krukow had time off. He took the Houston Astros series off. So John Miller, Dave Fleming, the radio voices came over periodically and did the game with Kipe, who adhered to the old adage of not mentioning whether it was a no-hitter or a perfect game, just used different words. And did an admirable job. Nice little write-up in the paper in San Francisco about it.
Well, he's a great guy to talk to. We talked to him before the game about an opportunity to be able to call that game with Matt Cain and some of the plays made behind him for Matt. Well, that is amazing to be on the field during a perfect game and then calling a perfect game.
1-0 to Terry with the infield in. Is fouled off his body. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dwayne will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. We actually call him Dwayne because that's his name. His brother Glenn, on the other hand, who does the television for the Oakland Athletics, we call him Dwayne as well, just to give him grief. Jeff Kuiper is the producer for the Giants. But Glenn's the best at Dwayne. As a matter of fact, I've heard good things. I've said, like, what, from your brother? Because we call him Dwayne all the time. He goes, yeah, but aside from that, I guess you must be doing something right. One ball, 1 strike on Ryan Terrio with the man at third base as he loops this one down the line, but foul. 1-2. Dwayne Kuiper just kind of reached over the booth and sent us a note He's like an inning and a half late, though. Victor, Mark, and Garrett, stop showing that crap, will you? Kuiper. It's about 2002. Get out of here. 1-2 is up and in.
Those guys are the best.
Yeah,
I love listening to them whenever I get a chance. They're unbelievable. They just do a tremendous job.
Terry is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs, one to second, one to short. Arias standing at third base. Ground ball, base hit. It's 4-2 San Francisco. And unlike some previous starts for Jerome, just can't find that out pitch. Mike Scioscia's seen enough. Looks like Hisanori Takahashi will be coming on here as the Giants have scored in 3 straight innings. We've got ourselves a pitching change. We're in the 4th with 1 out and a man at first. The Giants on top 4-2.
Wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/free your TV. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on.
Back out here at the Big A, 4-2 San Francisco with 1 out in the 4th inning. Jerome Williams is done for the evening, lasting just 3 1/3. He threw 75 pitches and just never really commanded the strike zone. Kind of going back through his line. His shortest outing was at Yankee Stadium, his first start of the year, in which he went 2 2/3 innings. Gave up 5 runs on 5 hits.
Again, that difficulty thrown against your former team. He came out of his element. Overthrew some pitches, dropped his elbow. That's why he saw that 2-seam fastball not sinking down in the strike zone. More lateral movement, becomes more hittable.
He's responsible for Terrio standing at first base, who picked up his 13th run batted in. And Hisanori Takahashi, pitching in his 23rd game, now comes on. 0-2 record and a 4.50 earned run average. Takahashi to face Melky Cabrera, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored. Cabrera spins around, hit from the right side for the first time tonight. He's only hitting .423 from the right side of the plate this year, compared to the .333 from the left. And Takahashi will flip over to first to check in on Terrio. I have to ask you, considering that Irvin Santana pitched at the one-hitter Saturday night, Garrett Richards comes out and throws the ball exceptionally well yesterday. Pitched into the 9th inning. Here's Takahashi's first pitch as a strike. Does that play a role perhaps in the mindset of Jerome Williams, on top of facing his former teammates, that all of a sudden there's going to be a crunch come Wednesday when Jared Weaver will make the start against the Giants.
It's only human for Jerome to be thinking those thoughts. He certainly deserves to be part of this rotation. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well this entire time, and then, of course, last year. But he's a guy that's had to battle his way back to the major league level. So there's always that thought process in your mind. So you try to do a little bit more than you're capable of doing. Hey, Jerome, for me, has been incredibly solid. He keeps the ball down. He sinks the fastball great. He's got a good cut fastball, his changeup. He deserves to be there. But that thought in your mind, any doubt you have as a pitcher, when that creeps in there, it becomes difficult to hit your spots.
Well, they had a relatively easy first inning, as we pointed out. Got the leadoff man of the second, then just lost the command of the pitches, walking two guys, gave up the triple to Crawford. The same thing occurred in the third.
I've been there before where the adrenaline's going and you're competitive. You want to show that team on the other side that you made a mistake, let me go. And then all of a sudden you start getting quick through your mechanics. You've seen that a number of times tonight with Jerome jumping forward, his shoulder flying open. It's just like any other sport. Even when you're watching that U.S. Open, a guy's quick with his swing. He's going to slice or hook his shot. Same thing as a pitcher. When you start moving that front shoulder too quickly, you end up making mistakes. Well, he faced 20 batters today, Jerome. Only 7 times did he throw first pitch strike for him. That's not the normal, Jerome. He just came out of his element today. It's one of those deals where you just think, okay, that's one of those games. Got to get back to my routine once again, have a good bullpen session, get back to dominating again down in the strike zone.
Terrio with 6 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught twice. Takahashi paying a lot of attention to him. This one bouncing the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the bullpen should be rested considering the last 2 games. And even if you go back to Friday's game, in which Aaron pitched into the 7th with 1 out. David Carpenter went an inning and 2/3. David Pauling went 1 inning. Everyone else pretty much got the day off. Ernesto Frieri picked up the save yesterday. This one lifted in the air on the first base side near the dugout. Pujols giving chase and makes the basket catch. Doesn't need to pop it up this time.
I think he likes that area.
Yeah. 2 down.
Well, enough for, you see Albert getting right by that camera well once again. Makes it look routine this time around. Again, back to Takahashi, you want to keep this game close because Bruce Bochy definitely has to keep an eye on Matt Cain as far as the amount of pitches thrown. After you mentioned that, Victor, in the opening, 125 pitches thrown to get that perfect game. He's going to be more apt to go to that bullpen a little bit earlier than normal with Matt Cain.
1 ball, no strikes on Posey. 1 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a single to left. Pulls this one foul. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Cain certainly has allowed some base runners in this game. It's just a matter of taking advantage of it, and the Angels have not done that. Halos in the bottom of the 4th. We'll have Callaspo, Sturis, and Ibar due up. The 1-1. Posey fouls it back. Not fooled by that on-speed pitch.
Well, he was all over that pitch. Posey's a special player. When he got hurt last year, you can just tell the team has struggled to be able to fill that void. Not only what the leadership he gives as a young catcher, but what he can do with the bat.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and a throw to first. Terrio with a pretty good lead over at first base. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on the off speed. Down goes Posey. The inning comes to an end. Giants get a run, however, as we head to the bottom of the 4th. They lead it 4-2. By the full score of 4-2. A lot of fans in the house, a lot of Giants fans in the house as well. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. 5th ever to throw a perfect game. That was Matt Cain in the state of California. Who are the others? Of course, Sandy Koufax, Catfish Hunter, El Presidente, Denny Martinez, and Dallas Braden. Braden's was on Mother's Day, right?
Day, yes.
At the Coliseum. Alberto Callaspo to lead things off here. He'll take a breaking pitch for a strike. Callaspo with Sturrison Ibar here in the 4th. Denny Martinez was at Dodger Stadium, right? He's a member of the Montreal Expos. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he was always fun to talk to. I mean, he knew exactly how to pitch. He had that hesitation through his delivery. He had a great curveball.
Callaspo with a fly ball to center field his first time up. Lines one to right, leading off this 4th inning. So the Angels have had the leadoff man on board in every inning so far. Friday at the Big A from 6:30 to 8:30. Angels Hall of Famer Rod Carew will be signing copies of Under the Halo. Stop by the Gate 1 Music Garden to purchase your autographed copy for $60 and be entered in a free raffle drawing to win a Toyota Yaris. Proceeds will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. I'd like to see you squeeze into that Toyota.
Yes, it'd be perfect.
Be like the clown car at Ringling Brothers.
It's a great visual, though.
Miser Sturris snuck a double inside the first base bag in his 2nd inning at bat, so he's 1 for 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit by Callaspo, the 5th for the Angels against Kane. The 1-1 pitch. Missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Well, there's no pitches being called off that, or either on the corner or just off that outside part of the plate. Both pitchers trying to live on that corner and unsuccessfully getting those pitches called. Just off the plate.
Eric Ibar on deck. Here's the 3-1, and that is inside, ball 4. So the first 2 have reached for the Halos here in the 4th. That's the second walk issued by Kane.
He's walked 2, hit a batter. Pitch count getting up pretty high for him. 64 pitches thrown here with no outs in the 4th inning, coming off that perfecto in which he threw 125 pitches.
So Cayaspo standing at second, Asturis at first. Eric Ibar will step to the plate. Corner infielders in for the Giants. A lot of base runners on both sides. Ibar looks at a curveball that drops in for a strike.
It's been a fun game already here. It's 4-2 here in the 4th inning.
Oh, 1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kane has just dealt over his last 7 starts. His last non-win was a no decision against Milwaukee on May the 6th. The team eventually won in extra innings. He just gave up 2 runs in his 7 innings. Now the 1-1 pitch. Shows bunt. That's a beauty up the third base line. Posey picks it up, throws to first, safe at first base, and infield base hit. Boy, Buster Posey did everything he could on that bunt by Eric Ibar, who picks up his 2nd hit, and the bases are loaded for Bobby Wilson.
Boy, Eric Ibar continues to get that bunt down, and another bunt hit for Eric Ibar. But that was a perfect play by Posey. You couldn't do it any better than he did. A perfect throw, right down the line, and there's no way that baseball is going to roll foul. Picks it up with the bare hand and a perfect throw to first. Ibar just beats it out.
Eric Ibar now 5 for his last 5. 3 for 3 yesterday, 2 for 2 today. So Cayaspo is at third, Asturis at second, Ibar at first, Bobby Wilson at the plate. 4-2 San Francisco here in the 4th. Breaking pitch way outside. It looked like Buster Posey was crossed up there. Posey anticipating a fastball there, got the breaking pitch, and if you're the catcher in that situation, that's what you want to happen. You don't want it to happen the other way around, because then somebody's going to get in trouble.
That's a pretty amazing play by Posey just to catch that hard curveball. You're setting up fastball inside, trying to jam Bobby Wilson, and you end up throwing a curveball.
.68 pitches thrown by the right-hander. 41 have been strikes. 2 punch-outs, 2 walks.
Boy, patience right here for Bobby Wilson. You want to get a fastball that's elevated so you can hit in the air in the outfield.
It's a fastball on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Giants outfield, all with very good speed. Cabrera, Pagan, and Blanco, all playing very shallow against Wilson. As we pointed out, the infield looking for the double play ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bobby takes a very defensive hack on a pitch that was going to be an off the plate, 1-2.
ran a little two-seam fastball in on him.
Here's the 1-2 pitch upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Getting back to Eric Ibar. That's 42 bunt hits since 2010 for Eric Ibar. Just a great job by him to help load the bases here for Bobby Wilson.
Two lifted in the air to left. This one will chase Cabrera back, still going back, and near the warning track will make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Callaspo, heading to third as Asturis. Ibar to second. A 4-3 Giants lead now as Bobby Wilson picks up his second RBI of the game of the season, partner.
Boy, good job by Bobby to get that pitch up, to elevate, hit in the air, and great base running throughout for the Angels here, because Cabrera kept struggling going back on that baseball, didn't get himself in real good throwing position. That allowed Asturis to be able to tag it and go to third. Callaspo was going to score, there's no question about that one. But because he had to keep drifting back, even though he has a strong throwing arm, it allowed Asturis to go to third, and of course Ibar to get the second to avoid the potential ground ball double play.
Mike Trout looks at a fastball up and away for ball 1. Trout with a single and a walk, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. Giants again playing their infield back with 1 out, runners at second and third. A seesaw battle here as the breaking pitch is cued foul over the dugout on the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Punch, counter punch today between the Angels and the Giants in the first of 3. The 1-1. Fastball grounded right back up the middle. Kane knocks it down, throws to Posey. Asturis is out. 2 down.
Boy, he hit it well right back up the middle. Ball might have got him on the hand the way he's walking around. Boy, and a good feed, because it has to be a tag play at the plate to Posey.
So Trout reaches on the fielder's choice. Ibar over to third. And now it'll be up to Torrey Hunter.
See if they're going to look like they're going to get a throw or 2 in.
One pitch. He appears to be all right.
This baseball hit well, 1 hops. Really get him on the wrist area just above the glove. It hit there a number of times. What it does, it makes your hand feel completely numb.
But that backside of home plate was open too, and we know that Bruce Bochy doesn't want Buster Posey blocking home plate at all. And Meister just going right into the slide. So 2 outs. Ibar standing at third base and Trout at first. Torrey is at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center field. Little dribbler on the first base side that Kane threw him out on. That was in the 3rd inning.
Boy, Trout with 2 stolen bases so far in the night, but you're going to give Torrey Hunter a chance to swing first. If he falls behind in the count, then you might try to steal a run.
Bobby Wilson with a sacrifice fly to make it a 1-run deficit for the Halos. 4-3 San Francisco here in the fourth. Trout takes off. The pitch is down low. No throw from Posey. And so make that 3 stolen bases for Trout today. First with 3 steals in the game since Sean Figgins in 2009. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Albert Pujols on deck. Outside, 3 balls and a strike.
Like Victoria, you're centering a spot. When you have Pujols with that success he's had against Matt Cain throughout his career, you have to be at the plate, disciplined, and look for a fastball. Anything else you let out of the zone.
"3-1. Torrey fouls it back. A fastball up. Full count. Matt Cain with 4 full counts in this one. Shane Lukes is up and loosening now. Ibar at third, Trout at second. Here's a 3-2, and he walked up, so the bases are loaded for Albert Pujols. Second walk of the inning, third in the game. Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, is going to come out.
And we talked about starting pitchers in their routine. Certainly Matt Cain has had a crazy, hectic 5 days in between here. The perfect game in tonight. The command not there. 3 walks, hit a batter, 4 full counts. But you have to take advantage of these times when you have these amount of base runners.
Albert with a sacrifice fly in the first, and he was hit by a pitch in the third. No official at bat for him. 39 runs batted in now. First one, a breaking pitch missing outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Albert yet again with an opportunity to bring down the house, if you will. A 4-3 game here in the fourth. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Outside with a breaking pitch. It's 2-0.
And not quite as good a command with his breaking pitch tonight for Matt Cain. Just off the corner.
Two-0 pitch. Grounded foul. It's 2-1. Try to come back inside.
Ran a little two-seam fastball at 88 miles an hour in on the hands. 8 for 14 with 2 home runs in his career against Cain. Sac fly tonight, hit by a pitch his second at bat.
Melky Cabrera very shallow and left. Now the 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, grounded over to third. Arias has it. They'll go the short way, and the struggles for the Angels continue with men in scoring position. Now 2 for 9 tonight. The Halos do get a run through 4. They trail at 4-3.
Charbroil beef patty with 2 kinds of melted cheese, 2 strips of crispy bacon, only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge. Top of the 5th inning, it is 4-3, a 1-run deficit for the Angels. 6 base runners have been stranded by both sides in this one. Isanori Takahashi back out on the mound. He came on with 1 out of the 4th inning and then got Cabrera to pop out and Buster Posey to strike out. And here in the 5th, he'll be facing Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt. It's 5, 6, and 7 for the Giants. Angel Pagan with an RBI single. That came in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. First one is down low for ball 1. RBI for Pagan, his 24th of the year. Terrio with an RBI. Brandon Crawford, the shortstop, with a 2 RBI triples. This one's bounced over to short. Ibar has it. 1 out. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Yeah, we put this over Jerome Williams' Renegade, but an opportunity for Takahashi to pick up Jerome Williams so they keep that game close, allow the offense to be able to get another opportunity with guys in scoring position and come through and win this game. Very tough game against this Giant club. They are not going away. They're having good approaches at the plate themselves, putting the ball on the ground. A number of the hits they've had, ground balls through the hole. So now it's up to Takahashi to keep it in check and let the offense come through.
There's Pablo Sandoval, the DH, looks at a breaking pitch down low. Jerome, by the way, went 3 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Jerome threw 75 pitches. Had his ERA jump up a little bit. This one's fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jerome came in with a 4.20 ERA, and with the 4 runs allowed today, it jumps up to 4.46. Sandoval with a walk and a fly ball to center. He's 0 for 1. Swinging wildly at that off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, just trying to keep that changeup away. Very effective against Sandoval. He likes the fastball in the inner half. Pretty quick on the breaking pitch down and in, but not so as far as changeups and curveballs away.
4 of his 5 home runs have come from the left side of the plate as this fastball misses inside. Little cut piece. It is 2-2. Fastball missing just below the knees. Full count now with Belt. Left-hand hitting first baseman on deck. For an incredible crowd for a Monday night. After a couple of good crowds over the weekend. 3-2. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. Down goes Sandoval. 2 down.
All 3 changeups at 81 miles an hour. Unable to stay back long enough to be able to make contact with that pitch. Object is a pitcher against a hitter to get that front hip open up. Sandoval open up the hip and could not cover that pitch on the outer half.
So 2 up and 2 down. Here's Brandon Belt, who has walked both times. He has scored a run. Just 23 years of age is Belt. Looks at a fastball just off the plate for ball 1. 7 hits for the Giants, 6 for the Angels, one of which, for the Halos anyway, went over the fence. That was Mark Trumbo's 16th home run of the year, leading off the second. Lifted in the air down the left field line. Tailing toward the seats and out of play. 1-1 count. Good matchup tomorrow night of a couple of left-handers. As Bell hooks one down the right field line, hit pretty well. This one's going to one hop into the seats. A 2-out double on a hanging breaking pitch as Bell picks up his 10th double of the year. And the Angels still can't get a 1-2-3 inning to get their offense back at the plate against Matt Cain. Well, Brandon Crawford will step up now.
Bell, 267 hitter against left-handed pitching, was able to hook that one down the right field line on an all-speed pitch.
Mentioned the matchup tomorrow. Barry Zito going for the Giants. C.J. Wilson, the American League leader in earned run average, going for the Halos.
Zito's throwing the ball much better this season.
Ryan Vogelsong for the Giants on Wednesday, and Jared Weaver will come off the DL to make the start Wednesday. First one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Crawford's 1 for 2. A 2 RBI triple in the second. His first triple of the year. 2 RBIs, giving him 21 on the season. Crawford had a couple of triples last year in his brief time in the big leagues. He had a nice debut. His first big league game, hit a grand slam. 6th player in Major League history to do that. Pretty good career at UCLA. 2-0 pitch. And Takahashi falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, a lot of pitchers trying to paint that outside corner throughout this entire game on both sides, and it's not being called. And these are pitchers who are just off the plate.
Three and 1. Now, to me, that's where the danger lies right there. As you try to paint on the outside corner, you fall into a hitter's count. And then you try to be too fine to get it over strike. Unfortunately for the Halos, Crawford wasn't swinging there, but
that was a very hittable pitch.
Right down the pipe. Now a 3-1 pitch is cut on and bounced over to Pujols. He'll feed Takahashi. The inning comes to an end. We hit at the bottom of the 5th here at the Big A with the Giants, leading it 4-3. Bottom of the 5th inning. I like that Mohawk look. Angels come back and win this one. You're going to cut your hair like that? You are, aren't you? This game means that much to
Yes,
you.
it does. It's the Giants and the Angels here. Rematch at the 2002 World Series.
Kendrys Morales, Mark Trumbo Alberto Callaspo here in the 5th against Matt Cain. Kendrys has struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging as that pitch misses in, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Cain now has thrown 88 pitches on the evening. 50 have been strikes, 3 walks, and 2 punch outs. (2-0) upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's still having a tough time commanding the strike zone. In terms of, you might as well take a pitch right here for Kendrys.
3-0 pitch is inside. That's a 4-pitch walk. So every inning, again, I reiterate, the leadoff man has been on board. This time a base on balls. Mark Trumbo will step to the plate here. We'll take a look at our monster leaderboards. You got 2 veteran managers here in Bruce Bochy and Mike Scioscia. Bochy 12 years with the San Diego Padres. 6th year now with the Giants. 18th overall, and Mike Scioscia 13th with the Halos.
Bochy did a nice job taking Padres in the postseason. Certainly a great job with this Giant team winning a world championship, but nobody thought they had a chance a couple years ago.
First one to Trumbo's outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Marcus homered and hit a fly ball to right field. He's 1 for 2. Shane Lukes was up and loosening last inning. Looks like the right-hander's back up again in the Giants bullpen. That is up and in. Almost got him. 2 balls and no strikes. Back in the 2nd inning, leading off this 2nd frame. This is what Trumbo did, going the opposite way.
Well, that's just a great approach. Letting the ball travel and going the other way and hit it out. With that fastball, Matt Cain. And another pitch out of the strike zone. That's 6 straight for Matt Cain.
3-0. Shortest outing of the year for Matt Cain, 6 innings. He's done that a couple of times. Lukes is ready to go. 3-0 pitches in there, 3-1.
Cain has had 7 3-ball counts in this game. We're only in the 5th inning.
Foul back. Is that borderline pitch on the outside corner there? Very similar to the one that he hit out.
Boy, he was feeling that swing too. That's a fastball count. He got his fastball and fouled it straight back. Now you wonder if Mike Scioscia will have Kendrys going. 3-2.
You serious? We'll see. He doesn't go. Breaking ball got him looking. 1 out. Third strikeout for Cain to go with the 4 walks that he's allowed. And that'll bring up Alberto Callaspo.
Well, that's a pretty good curveball there to throw. 3-2. It's that inside part of the plate. We've seen him throw that a few times to right-handed batters. The right-handed batters coming in this game just hitting 163 against Cain.
You know what pitch set that up, though? That second pitch of the at-bat, that fastball up and in. Callaspo lost one in the air on the third base side. Joaquin Arias, Brandon Crawford, 2 down. So our leadoff man with a walk is still standing at first base, and here comes Meister Asteris. So that fastball up and in to Trumbo. Not necessarily a purpose pitch, if you will, to fall behind a 2-0, but it's in the back of your mind. You see that pitch back up. It's a backup curveball. It's got that same trajectory up and in.
But you got to respect that after that fastball up and in. We saw Pujols hit with a pitch up and in.
Asteris with a double and a walk.
Cain will pitch inside. He's hit 4 batters this year.
0-2 on its way. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I got to believe this will be the last inning for Matt Cain. It's been a struggle for him. He's made some quality pitches when he needs it.
Swing and a miss. Boy, a leadoff walk, and then he gets the next 3 guys. We've played 5 here at the Big A. 4-3 San Francisco. Four 4-3 Giants lead at top of the 6th inning. That 5th inning, nobody scored. It's been that kind of a battle. Seesaw back and forth. Hisanori Takahashi back out for the 6th inning. He'll face 9-1-2. Arias, Blanco, and Terrio. Matt Cain at 100 pitches. Doesn't look like he's done. He settled down nicely after walking Kendrys Morales, retiring Trumbo Callas Monasteris.
One of the best pitch he made of the entire game was that curveball he threw to Mark Trumbo. 3-2.
Arias, the third baseman, has struck out, singled, stolen a base, and scored a run. He's 1 for 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Joaquin Arias' claim to fame, if you will, a member of the Yankees organization, part of the package that went to the Texas Rangers in the Alex Rodriguez deal. This one's lifted in the air down the right field line. Long run for Torrey toward the foul line. He goes, slides, and can't make the catch.
Well, he had to go, foul ball. He had to go a long, long way. Great effort by Torrey Hunter.
2 balls and a strike on Arias.
And Arias will also be able to be remembered as the man who made the last out of that perfect game, a ground ball. Just foul. Good effort by Torrey Hunter. Sliding in, almost able to make an unbelievable play. One thing about Torrey Hunter, he gives everything he has on every play, whether at the plate or in the field.
Two on. Hit in the air toward left center field, and that's going to split the outfielders. Go all the way to the wall. One hopper off the fence. Arias motors into second with a leadoff double. Fifth of the year.
Arias now 16 for 42 in his career against the Angels. Came in hitting .359. A couple hits. LaTroy Hawkins getting ready down in the bullpen for the Angels.
Top of the order now, and Gregor Blanco. Blanco showing bunt, pushes it on the third base side. Takahashi has it, fires to first, and out at first. Boy, what a very close play. And with the naked eye from up here, it looked like Blanco legged it out, but it'll go as an out, and the sacrifices Arias advances to third.
Boy, that's a heck of a throw from Takahashi. Good bunt. Blanco did his job. Spin around, throw. Real close play. Better view right here.
Like I said, from up here in real time, it looked like he got it. There, looked like it was bang, bang.
Pretty much a tie. Baseball going in the glove as a foot hit the base.
Mike Scioscia makes a move as Hisanori Takahashi is done. LaTroy Hawkins is coming on for the 4-3 Giants lead. Done after doing a nice job getting out of the fourth inning. Gave up the 2-out double in the fifth, but he departs with the man at third base and 1 out here in the sixth inning. And Mike Scioscia turning the ball over to the veteran LaTroy Hawkins.
LaTroy Hawkins has that ability to get a strikeout. Pitched for the Giants back in 2005, ERA 0.59. Very good fastball, free and easy at 90 to 95. Big curveball. Could use a strikeout here.
Halos will play their infield in with Arias and his good speed standing at third base. Terrio the batter. Terrio's 1 for 3. An RBI single in the fourth inning. He's grounded out twice. 3 for 7 in his career against LaTroy. Outfield shallow. And first pitch swinging is Terrio, and he's late on the fastball, fouls it off. And it is an 0-1 count. LaTroy last pitched on Wednesday. That was against the Dodgers. Ended up picking up the win. 1 inning, 1 strikeout, 1 walk at Dodger Stadium. Oh, 1. Fastball strike. No balls and 2 strikes now. Terrio in his first season with the Giants after spending last year with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Now you got to be ready for Bobby Wilson for a breaking pitch in the dirt to be able to keep it in front of you.
0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Wilson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We were just talking about Terrio the other day, but LSU products. 3rd round pick by the Cubs in 2001.
Pretty tough guy to strike out. He's only struck out 14 times this year.
1-2 on its way. Fastball just off the plate. Hawkins wanted it. 2-2.
Bobby's setting up outside, trying to frame that just off the outside corner. Again, you're not getting any borderline pitches if they're off the plate.
Ground ball back up the middle, off of Hawkins into center field. The run will score, and it's 5-3 San Francisco.
Second hit of the game for Terrio, going right back up the middle. It's a very difficult guy to strike out. It's a contact hitter with good speed. Boy, a play right there just off the glove. LaTroy in good fielding position. Thinks he has that baseball, but just off the glove, through the legs and into the outfield. With the infield in at that point.
That run gets charged to Takahashi, so his book is closed. 1 inning. Pardon me, 2 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. That leadoff double to Arias comes back. Melky Cabrera takes downstairs. He's picked up a couple of hits tonight, 2 singles and a pop-up, so he's 2 for 3. Fastball for a strike at the knees. 1-1.
A little different Giant team we've seen over the last few seasons. More productive on the offensive side. Coming into the game 5th in the National League in batting average. Scoring some more runs. More balance in their lineup.
Two and one. Two-one pitch. Late on that fastball. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cabrera, as we pointed out earlier, acquired in the offseason. Jonathan Sanchez, a left-handed pitcher from the Giants, going to Kansas City. Cabrera had a nice year last year with the Royals, hitting .305 with 18 home runs, 87 runs batted in. First time in his career he eclipsed the 200 hit plateau. 201 hits total for Melky. With the Yankees, and then went over to the Braves, part of the Javier Vasquez trade. 2-2, bounced foul. Another 2-2. Ground ball toward the hole. Ibar can't get it. It's a base hit. Three hits in the inning.
Number 28, catcher Mr. Posey.
8 singles for the Giants, 3 doubles. Just making good contact, putting the ball in play, and finding those holes through the infield.
Buster Posey 1 for 3 with a single into third. Chops one towards short. Ibar will take it himself. That's a 6-3 inning-ending double play, but the Giants do get a run and now have a 2-run cushion as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-3 San Francisco. Game for the San Francisco Giants. Former Angel Shane Lukes is on in relief now. Matt Cain, kind of a mixed bag for him, although he goes the requisite 5 innings in line for a W should the score hold up. But certainly not the guy that we saw in the perfect game, and not that anybody expected that he was going to come back here and do the exact same thing. It just looked like there was a residual effect in Matt Cain today.
Yeah, like we mentioned about routine, his routine was completely changed, and it's understandable after you have a game like he had, a perfect game, 14 strikeouts. With Matt Cain, he was not quite as dominant, but he made the quality pitch when he needed to. And Shane Lukes, fastball, he throws about 70% of his pitches are fastballs. 87 to 92 range, has a slider, changeup, and a curveball.
Luke spent all of last year at AAA Fresno. Was putting up good numbers there to start of this year. Ibar looks at a strike. This is his 8th relief appearance in the last 37 games. He's having his contract purchase on May of the 11th. Eric Ibar is 2 for 2 tonight. Arias playing on the grass at third. The 0-1 pitch. It's foul at the plate. 0-2. Luke's down to AAA this year. 3-1 record, a .43 earned run average. 21 innings of work, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks in 13 games.
More of a pitch to contact type pitcher, sinks the fastball very well.
The ball and 2 strikes. 32-year-old now. Spent a couple of seasons, parts of a couple of seasons with the Angels. 08, 7 games, all out of the pen. 09, 18 games, 6 starts. Had a 2-3 record with a 5.86 ERA for the Halos. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He spent 2010 with the Astros and now with the Giants over the last couple of seasons. Originally a Tiger. Second round pick in '97. Ibar, Wilson, and Trout here in the 6th inning for the Angels. 2-2 on its way. That's down and in. Full count. Payoff pitch. Ibar bounces one back and Lutz cuts it off. 1 out.
Just did a nice job of fielding his position. Lands in good fielding position. Pretty smooth mechanics. Reaches back and makes a play and gets that leadoff hitter, which has not been done the entire game. Have had their leadoff hitter throughout this whole ball game so far, except for that at bat now by Ibar.
Bobby Wilson's 0 for 1. A double play ball in the second, a sacrifice fly in the fourth, picking up a second run batted in. A 1 pitch. Looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-2. Giants overall, as far as team ERA, 3rd in the National League with a 3.31 mark. Their bullpen has been pretty good. 8-9 with a 3.16. Santiago Casillas certainly has filled the void for Brian Wilson out with his second Tommy John surgery. Sergio Romo's been pretty good. Jeremy Offeld.
They get used quite a bit, and they've been pretty effective.
Wilson goes down swinging, 2 outs. First time tonight in which the Angels have had their first 2 batters retired to start an inning. And that'll send us back to the top of the order. Mike Trout stepped to the plate. He was singled, walked, and reached on a fielder's choice. 3 stolen bases for Trout. Mike has scored once. 19 stolen bases on the year now. That puts Mike Trout, well, depending on what Jason Kipnis did tonight. Kipnis was the team, pardon me, not the team leader, but the league leader in stolen bases coming into this game, or into this day of games. Doesn't appear as if he picked any up today, so Trout now the American League leader in stolen bases.
Pretty impressive considering he didn't start the season
Yep.
with the big league club.
Yeah, Kipnis was leading 17. Trout was right behind him with 16, tied with Rajay Davis also with 16, but now with the 3, giving him 19. Ground ball to third. Joaquin Arias has it. And the Angels go down in order here in the sixth. 6 in the books. It is 5-3 San Francisco.
Angels baseball is brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
Top of the 7th here at the Big A. It is a 5-3 Francisco lead. And Troy Hawkins back out on the mound. He'll be facing Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt. Troy came on in the 6th inning, gave up the RBI single to Terrio, a single to Melky Cabrera, but then got that double play ball off the bat of Buster Posey. Angel Pagan tonight 1 for 3. Had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. The first one is up and away. Ground ball over to Albert. He waves off LaTroy. There's out number 1. Hey, be sure to subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Angels Out of Market game live online in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Jerome Williams got the start today. Lasted 3 1/3. Hisanori Takahashi went 2 innings. Jerome getting charged with 4 runs. Taka in charge with 1, and now Hawkins has thrown 1 inning of relief. Ironically enough, the Sandoval hits one out to deep right field. Torrey Hunter is moving back, makes a catch. Try number 2. But Troy and Jerome traded for one another. Troy traded to the San Francisco Giants back in 2005 along with cash in exchange for Jerome Williams and David Ardsma.
Pretty interesting there.
It's the only stop that LaTroy had in San Francisco, pitching 45 games that year. Then went on to Baltimore, Colorado, and so on and so forth.
Well, he's pitched a long time, LaTroy. He's been very effective throughout his career in a number of different roles out of the bullpen.
Ground ball off the body of Eric Ibard. Brandon Belt will reach his second hit. He's been on base all 4 times. 2 walks, a double, and now an infield single.
Line drive, one hopper. Base hit for the Giants. Fourth time Belt has been on base. 2 walks, double, single.
Fastball's in for a strike. Brandon Crawford is 1 for 3. A 2 RBI triple back in the second. No balls and 2 strikes.
No, but a couple stolen bases in 3 attempts. 0-2 count. A lot of times you'll see a base stealer trying to think in terms of break a pitch in the third to get a better chance to steal.
Pick off attempt. Belt going to second. The ball hits up. Castro backs up on the play, so they had him picked off.
And that's the right thing to do if you're a base runner. If you're picked off like that, you might as well just keep going, and then you just go right towards the base. Makes it a difficult throw for a first baseman to have a clear line at the base. Go to the inside part of it, makes it difficult for Ibar to see the baseball, and of course the ball off his back.
Oh, 2 now to Crawford. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Belt gets credit for a stolen base there. Third of the year. Now the 1-2. This one off the end of the bat. Sergio Romo loosening now for the Giants. One, 2. Lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Angels have Jordan Walden up in their bullpen. There's Jordan. The Halos in the bottom of the 7th inning will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Only one other game ongoing right now, and that is down at Petco Park. Bottom of the 9th, Texas leading the Padres 2-1. Everything else a final. Not a full slate of games. Now Bobby Wilson wants to go out there. Cleveland defeated Cincinnati 10-9. Yankees over Atlanta 6-2. Cubs all over the White Sox 12-3. Mets shut out Baltimore. R.A. Dickey with his 2nd consecutive one-hitter. And no appeal filed by the Mets on the hit. Houston defeated Kansas City 9-7. Milwaukee over Toronto. And Arizona 7-1 winners over the Mariners.
R.A. Dickey, what is he, 11-1?
Yep, ERA of 2. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bounced over to second as Sturis has it. The inning comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. It is a 5-3 Giants lead. The Halos will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up here. And Hunter, Pujols, and Morales, a new pitcher on in relief for the San Francisco Giants as Sergio Romo takes over for Shane Lukes. The Angels, since that leadoff walk by Kendrys Morales to start the 5th inning, haven't done anything. As a matter of fact, Matt Cain retired the last 3 in that 5th inning, and Lukes had a 1-2-3 6th.
Point Romo has been so effective throughout his career for the Giants. 5 seasons, ERA right now at 1. Fastball not overpowering. He sinks the fastball 85 to 89 range. Very, very good slider, which he throws well over 60% of his pitches are sliders, and also has a changeup.
First one to Torrey is a breaking pitch. It catches the inside corner. Torrey is 0 for 2, including a walk. That one fouled off to the right, but no balls and 2 strikes. Slider, a swing and a miss. Down goes Hunter. There's out number 1. Well, we mentioned that Jerome Williams tonight went 3 1/3 innings. There have been some reports outside the ballpark and as well as on Twitter about Jerome's being taken to a local hospital. We have now learned, the Angels have told us, that Jerome, after he was taken out of the game, experienced shortness of breath, and as a precaution, have taken him to a local hospital to be checked out. So obviously we hope everything turns out well. As Albert looks at a fastball strike. The Angels will have more information hopefully after the game. Michael Leaves and the guys at the desk will bring it to you on Angels Live, the post-game edition.
Well, hopefully everything's okay with Jerome. It's been a great story for the Angels.
Ground ball back toward the middle. Terrio is there. 2 down. So the Angels really haven't done anything since the fourth inning, and even in that situation in the fourth inning, weren't able to capitalize but just one run. Plenty of opportunities against Matt Cain. They'd let him get off the hook.
Well, like you mentioned, this bullpen for the Giants has been effective not only this season but for the last few years. A lot of good arms for Bruce Bochy to bring out of that bullpen.
Kendricks takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Romo's done a nice job for him, has for a while now. Just a 1 ERA in 25 games this year. 24 strikeouts in 18 innings coming into this one. That's up and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
So not overpowering with his fastball, but his changeup is good and his slider is outstanding.
Two-0 pitch. Downstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. Romo, a 28th round selection in 2005, born in Crawley. Makes his home in Mesa, Arizona. Last year, 65 games, 3-1 record, and a 1.50 earned run average. Matter of fact, from 09 through 11, you see that ERA go down. The strikeouts go up. 3-0. Kendricks looks at a strike, 3-1.
The opponent's only hit 159 against him.
Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Left-hander Jeremy Offeld now is up for San Francisco. Trumbo on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch from Romo. That is ripped right to belt. The inning comes to an end. The Angels go down in order. That's 9 in a row retired by Giants pitching. 7 of the books, 5-3 San Francisco. Francisco leading in this one. 12 hits for the Giants, 6 for the Angels. You see the Kia standings, the American League West standings. The Angels now 4.5 back as that game in San Diego's gone final. Texas won that one 2-1, so a loss tonight. The Angels would find themselves 5 back.
Well, you got to fight your way back and get this win because Texas has a pretty favorable schedule. To San Diego, they go back, play the Houston Astros once again. So they've had some really good pitching of late, even though they had a couple guys in the rotation hurt. They're still pitching very well.
Jordan Walden comes in the game. He'll be facing 9-1 in 2 areas, Blanco and Terrio.
Yeah, made a mistake with that. They're playing Colorado at home after that series with San Diego.
Joaquin Arias 2 for 3 with a single, the double, and a strikeout. He had a leadoff double against Hisanori Takahashi in the 6th. And eventually came in to score as Walden misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. In the air to right. Torrey Hunter back a couple of steps. He'll make the grab. 1 away. Jordan last pitched Tuesday against the Dodgers. Went a third of an inning.
Number 7,
5-2 Dodger win.
When you look at his numbers so far this year, the strikeout total solid with 22 strikeouts and 20 innings pitched, but the walk total at 13. And with mechanics that Jordan Walden has, he forces the body through as he delivers the baseball. Butch has been trying to clean that up to be more consistent in the strike zone.
Jared Weaver scheduled to come off the disabled list. Make the start Wednesday against the Giants and Ryan Vogelsong. Tomorrow, the guy on the left, Barry Zito, Mr. Hoodie, going up against C.J. Wilson. As that pitch is up and away, 2 balls and a strike.
A big curveball. Certainly not overpowering with the fastball like we saw when he was with Oakland. He commands his curveball very well.
This one ripped, and Pujols snags it for out number 2. Gregor Blanco 0 for today. Did have a sac bunt in the 6th inning.
What a great play by Pujols. We saw him make 2 really good plays yesterday in the game. Baseball was by him when he caught it. It's real low as far as his fielding position as a first baseman. Not many first basemen you see get down in that position. But he's ready to be able to catch those line drives like that.
Ryan Terrio 2 for 4. Couple of singles, couple of runs batted in. 14 runs batted in as he goes around on the breaking pitch, and it's 0-2. The Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning will have Trumbo, Callaspo, and Esteuris due up. Nobody loosening in the pen for San Francisco, so perhaps Romo comes back out. Offeld was loosening for a while. 1-2 now.
After Trumbo hits, you have 3 consecutive switch hitters. It's Callaspo, Esteuris, and Ibar.
Line to right and a base hit. Terrio with his 3rd hit of the night. They're not going to do it with the long ball. They will nickel and dime you to death.
Good contact going the other way. 3rd hit of the game for Terrio.
Terrio takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw down from Wilson is not in time. A little swipe tag by Ibar. Didn't look like he got him. So a man in scoring position with 2 outs.
7 stolen bases in the season for Terrio. Been caught twice. Yeah, good call there at second. He got his foot in as he tried to apply the tag.
Oh, 1 count on Melky Cabrera. He's had a 3-for-4 game, all 3 singles, and he's also popped out. 0-2. With the on-speed pitch.
Boy, dangerous spot for Walden. Cabrera just missed that one. Ahead of the count, you got to expand the strike zone, maybe bounce a pitch if you have to, or go upstairs with a fastball.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Cabrera. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels with Trumbo, Callaspo, and Asturis coming up down 5-3. The 8th inning. Sergio Romo is still in the game. He had himself a 1-2-3 7th, including a strikeout. He'll face Mark Trumbo, Alberto Callaspo, and Meister Asturis. Offelt's back up again and loosening. Jason Isringhausen now playing catch for the Angels. Trumbo's 1 for 3 with a home run. A fly to right and a strikeout. As he lifts this one in the air to shallow right. Terrio going out. Second baseman makes the catch, 1 out.
It looked like that baseball almost popped out of his glove.
So that's 10 in a row retired by San Francisco pitching.
When he got back, called off Blanco in the outfield, and that's why you catch with 2 hands. Be able to keep that baseball in the glove.
And after getting the lead off out here in the 8th inning, Bruce Bochy is going to the bullpen. Jeremy Offelt's coming on, and the Giants leading it still. Jeremy Offeld comes on to spin Alberto Callaspo around to the right side after Sergio Romo went an inning and a third with 1 strikeout.
And Affeld has a good fastball, power fastball, not quite as crisp as it used to be when he came out with the Kansas City Royals, but still solid 90 to 94 range. Curveball, and over the last few seasons has developed a pretty good split finger fastball. ERA at 2.92 with 1 save. Durable too, coming out of that bullpen. He's averaged 66 games pitched over the last 6 seasons.
3rd round pick out of high school back at 97. Grew up in Washington State. Now 33 years of age. Has turned into a very nice and reliable reliever for the San Francisco Giants in his 4th season in the Bay Area. The first one is in for a strike. Offeld pitching 67 games last year, went 3-2 with a 263 earned run average. Callaspo tonight is 1 for 3. A single with a run scored in the 4th. Breaking pitch out toward right. This one will chase Blanco back a couple of steps, 2 down. So 2 outs and nobody on, and here comes Meister Sturz. Double, a walk and a strikeout, puts him at 1 for 2. Two balls and no strikes. So Jason Isringhausen will pitch in the 9th inning. He'll face Posey, Pagan, and Sandoval. And the Angels will more than likely get Santiago Casilla. Halos need a base runner here and there to try to turn the lineup around, get back to the top of the order. Trout will eventually bat if either. Well, it'd be a pretty good rally here in the 8th inning, but definitely will bat in the 9th. Fouled back, 2-2.
Yeah, your goal would be to somehow get Pujols up there in the 9th inning.
Ground ball over to 3rd. Joaquin Arias has it. The inning comes to an end. Another 1-2-3 inning. 12 in a row retired by the Giants. 8 in the books. 5-3 San Francisco. Starting pitchers for tomorrow night's game. A couple of left-handers going. Barry Zito for the Giants. C.J. Wilson for the Angels.
C.J. Wilson's been outstanding. ERA 2.30 with that power sinker down his own cut fastball. Real good changeup. Zito, bounce back season for him. Big curveball, elevates the fastball very well. Good changeup himself.
Jason Isringhausen comes on here in the ninth inning. Takes over for Jordan Walden, who threw a scoreless eighth. Gave up a 2-out base hit, then struck out Melky Cabrera to finish off that eighth inning. Isringhausen pitching in his 25th game. 2-0 record at 1.96 earned run average. Buster Posey sent to lead things off. He's 1 for 4, had a single back in the third. The Giants with 5 runs, 13 hits, 10 men left on base. The Angels 3 runs, 6 hits, and 7 left on. Last base runner for the Angels. Leadoff walk by Kendrys Morales in the 5th. One ball, one strike on Posey. $41,034 in the house tonight. This 9-game homestand continues as Posey bounces one over to second. Esturris has it. 1 out. Fans, the Chevy Cruze Eco offers the best highway fuel economy of any gas engine in America. With an EPA estimated 42 miles per gallon highway, you can continue your journey with fewer stops and fewer dollars. The Chevy Cruze. Live life uninterrupted. So 1 out, nobody on for Angel Pagan, the center fielder. No balls at a strike. Pagan 1 for 4, had an RBI single in the third. San Francisco scoring twice in the second, once in the third. Solo runs in the fourth and sixth. The Angels with solo runs in the first, second, and fourth innings. Oh, 2 count. Oh-2. Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty good time after that high fastball from Isringhausen to drop that curveball right now.
Santiago Casilla, the closer for the Giants, getting ready in the San Francisco bullpen. There's the right-hander. Angels familiar with him, formerly of the Oakland Athletics. Pablo Sandoval's on deck. The Angels in the bottom of the ninth will have Ibar, Wilson, and then Trout. More than likely a pinch hitter for Bobby Wilson. Full count. Isringhausen, the 4th reliever used by Mike Socha tonight. Fouled off the left. Isanori Takahashi came on and threw 2 innings, gave up a run. Hawkins an inning and 2/3. Walden 1, and now Isringhausen here in the 9th. God hits one well to left, playable for Trumbo. Backs up on it, makes a catch, 2 down. So Pablo Sandoval will step up. He's walked, hit a fly ball to center, struck out, and hit a fly ball to right. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Sandoval not getting cheated on that.
I was going to say, when he's getting a fastball, he's going to swing as hard as he can. He's got good pop the other way. Batting from the left side, can hit that ball well to left center field if he gets a fastball that's elevated.
Count is even at 1-1. A very long and deliberate game today. A lot of pitches thrown. You wouldn't think in a 5-3 game that we'd be over the 3-hour mark, but a lot of base runners on both sides early on.
A lot of pitchers used in this game. Just like we thought with Matt Cain coming back after that perfect game. He wouldn't have that command as he had that last time out, which he punched out 14 batters. Pitching the 22nd career perfect game.
Isringhausen trying to finish up this top of the 9th. 1-2 count on Kung Fu Panda. Rolls this one foul. It's a pretty good nickname.
He's got a big following in San Francisco, as we see here also.
Did you ever see that movie?
No.
1-2. Lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You?
No, I missed it. I believe there was a Kung Fu Panda 2 also.
That's Jack Black in it.
It is Jack Black. 2-2 on its way. Full count. Brandon Belt, the first baseman's on deck. And needless to say, Pablo kind of looked like the movie poster and the actual Kung Fu Panda. There's a striking resemblance. Spitting image, if you will. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes the Panda. A 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Ibar, Wilson, Trout scheduled 3. The Angels down by 2. Howie Kendrick standing behind him. He'll be pinch hitting for Bobby Wilson. And then Mike Trout, scheduled 3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Santiago Casilla is the closer for the San Francisco Giants. He is on in relief after Jeremy Offeld run 2/3 of an inning.
Well, he's done a nice job for him. 18 saves and 19 opportunities in the area. 1.37 fastball, 92 to 97, a slider and a curveball.
18 of 19 in the save category. Taking over for Brian Wilson, who had to undergo his second Tommy John surgery. He's thrown the ball well. He threw the ball well. And we saw, as a member of the Oakland Athletics, a very live arm from Casilla on his 3rd season with the San Francisco Giants. Last pitch for the Oakland A's in 2009.
Well, all you need is that one base runner. You have that chance. Doesn't walk many batters. There's 8 walks and 26 in the 3rd innings pitch, so he's around the strike zone.
Ibar tonight 2 for 3. Couple of singles. And a bouncer back to the mound. That was against Shane Lukes in the 6th. Looks at a strike. Joaquin Arias way in on the grass at 3rd base. Now backs up a step. Brandon Belt just about even with the bag at first. Outfield very shallow. Broken bat bouncer to first. Belt will take it himself. 1 away. So Howie Kendrick will pinch hit here. This is Bobby Wilson's spot in the order. Howie hitting .268 on the year, 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, 1 for 1 with 2 runs batted in. Both starters, the pitchers of record. Matt Cain went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. He's looking for his 9th win, 8th consecutive victory. And Jerome Williams, who allowed 4 runs in 3 1/3, would take the loss. Just joining us, Jerome taken to the hospital after the game, or after he was taken out of the game, is how he fouls this one off, due to shortness of breath. Angels have said that they will keep us informed after the game, so stick around for Angels Live postgame edition with Michael Leaves, Garrett Anderson, Jose Mota. We will pass along the information as it comes along to us. The ball with a strike on Howie Kendrick with Trout on deck. Torrey Hunter to follow if we get that far. Breaking pitch is in there, 1 and 2.
Well, he has a good sharp slider too. There are times where he'll throw his big curveball though. He'll have that inside out approach that Howie has.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick, 2 down. This Angels offense has been shut down since the 5th. Not 1 base runner since that leadoff walk to Morales by Matt Cain in the 5th. 14 batters retired in a row. And it's up to Mike Trout to snap that string. Halos down to the last out, in jeopardy of dropping to 5 back in the American League West, with Texas winning earlier. First one's a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Mike today 1 for 3. A single back in the first. He's also scored a run. He's stolen 3 bases. Halos tonight 2 for 9 with men in scoring position. A slightly overthrown breaking pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Trout patient at the plate. Just got to find a way to get on. You got Torrey Hunter on deck, followed by Albert Pujols. You just got to fight your way on, either via the base on ball or a base hit.
Bounce foul at the plate. Had a pretty good pitch to handle right there. Almost looking at his reaction after the fact that he knew he had it as well. 2-2.
I can see it with that good fastball with movement, 96.
Plenty of Giants fans in the house tonight. Two. That's way up and in. Full count. Payoff pitch. Bouncer to the right side. Terrio to his left has it. And one of this series by the final of 5-3.
Again, some chances against Matt Cain. He wasn't as sharp tonight as he was last time out when he was through the perfecto. Some opportunities, especially when you look back at that 4th inning. Bases loaded, just get 1 run out of it. But Crawford had a big game. That triple drove in a couple runs after 2 walks. So they were patient at the plate, did a good job as far as putting the ball in play and making good contact. As they put together 13 hits, scored 5 runs. And that bullpen for the Giants was outstanding the rest of the way through.
8th consecutive victory for Matt Cain. Jerome Williams takes the loss, and Santiago Casilla notches the save. 5-3 the final once again. The Giants take game 1 of this 3-game set. Stick around. Michael Lee, Jose Mota, Darren Anderson. We'll have Angels Live post-game edition coming up right after this.